has proved to have significant resources. This war of attrition is not to our advantage. We are now targeting key infrastructure sites. Target: resources mining system and production plant. Intelligence reports stealth fighters operating in this theater. Remember, their lack of radar signature makes...
Ready? Break now! Enemy target located. Bogey at 12 o'clock. On our left. Enemy bogey on our 6. Altitude too low.
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Bogey on our 6. On our left. Up ahead.
Warning.
Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Take off.
Warning.
On our right. Enemy in sight. And up ahead. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6. Jesus, missed. Take off. On our left. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot that one. Great shot. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! On our left. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. On our left. Bogey, take off. Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target.
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Bogey on our 6.
Alert, body damage.
Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Great shot! On our right. Up ahead. Fire. Shoot it. Bingo! Yahoo! On our right. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, take off! Enemy in sight. Fire! Here! Out! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Jesus, miss! On our right! On our left! Bogey on our 6! Enemy locked on target! Bingo! Let's take off! Bogey on our tail! Altitude too low! Flying! On our left! Enemy up ahead! Bogey on our tail! Up ahead! Enemy locked on bogey on our tail! Altitude too low! Flying! Enemy in sight! Bogey on our 6! Enemy locked on target! Fire! Do we take off? Bogey on our tail! Bogey on our 6! On our take off! Up ahead! Enemy in sight! Bogey on our 6! On our left! Bogey on our tail! Bogey on our 6! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss! On our left! Bogey on our 6! Bogey on our tail! Take off! Bogey on our tail! Enemy in sight. Enemy up ahead! On our left! Bogey on our tail! On our left! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. On our right!
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body
Bogey on
damage.
our 6!
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Enemy in sight. Enemy on our right! Bogey on our 6! On our left! Up ahead! On our right! Bogey on our 6! Enemy locked on target! Fire! Shoot it down! Jeep, take off! On our left! Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss! Enemy in sight! Bogey on our 6! Jesus, miss! Bogey on our tail! Take off! On our right! Bogey on our 6! Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Bogey on our 6! Bingo! Yahoo! Don't take off! On our right! Enemy target located! Bogey on our 6! Take off! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. On our right! Bogey on our 6. On our left! Up ahead! Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Mission accomplished.
The enemy's ADCRS, Air Defense Command and Radar System, has been identified. We can expect a steep drop in enemy effectiveness if this site is destroyed. The enemy has an effective SAM kill zone around the target. Its one weak point is a narrow ravine leading to the base. This requires precision, nap of the earth flying. Target, enemy radar site. You have no effective countermeasures to this model of SAM. Exit the ravine and you are toast.
Ready? Break now! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Wasted! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Shoot him away! Enemy inside. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Here! Toast! Enemy targets located. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Wasted! Enemy targets located. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Wasted! Enemy in sight. Locked on target. Bingo! Woohoo! Mission accomplished.
regaining Donetsk City is a prime strategic consideration for the enemy. To forestall offensive operations, we will strike their staging area. Target, staging facilities and B-1 bombers. Our goal is to hit them just before their incursion begins.
Ready? Break now! Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Close! On our left! Bogey on our 6. On our left! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot down! Bingo! Jesus, missed! Enemy in sight. On our right. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, missed. Enemy in sight. On our right. Bogey on our 6. On our right. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Up ahead. Bogey on our 6. Enemy targets located. On our right. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, miss. Bingo. Go back one. Enemy targets located. Fire. Shoot it down. And bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. Take off! Bogey on our tail! On our left! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target! Fire! Shoot it down! Bring back one! Enemy in front. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss! Jesus, miss! Go in! Out! Bogey on our 6. On our right! Bogey on our tail! On our right! Up ahead! On our right! Enemy in front. Up ahead! Shot on our right. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Yahoo! Here! Toast! Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot! Enemy target located. Bingo! Yahoo! Bogey on our 6. Altitude too low. Climb. Take off. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked up ahead. Enemy locked on Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. Enemy target located. Take off. Enemy in sight. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Bingo! Yeah. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. Take off. Enemy target located.
Warning.
Enemy bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6.
Warning.
Take off. Quick shot. Altitude too low. Flying.
Warning.
Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching.
Caution.
Dive. Take off. Enemy in sight. Enemy target located.
Warning.
Bogey at 12 enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive. Altitude too low. Flying.
Warning.
Bogey on our 6. Enemy target located. Up ahead. On our left. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. Fire. Shoot it down. Bogey on our 6. Jesus, miss. On our left. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Take off. Mission accomplished.
Naval Intelligence report a transport heading to Nawikot Bay. Since it may be a troop transport, we need to sink it before it docks. Follow up with destruction of the island port facilities. The opposition is expected to consist of an enemy fighter wing of unknown composition and patrolling Aegis warships. The Aegis missile system is highly effective. Eliminate the warships quickly.
Ready? Break now! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Back one! Bogey on our 6. On our left! Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Enemy target located. Jesus, miss! Up ahead! Enemy locked on us. Locked on us. Missile approaching. Nice.
Alert, body
Enemy
damage.
targets located.
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
I'm losing him. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Great shot. Altitude too low. Flying.
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on.
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Naval Intelligence report a transport heading to Nawikot Bay. Since it may be a troop transport, we need to sink it before it docks. Follow up with destruction of the island port facilities. The opposition is expected to consist of an enemy fighter wing of unknown composition.
Ready? Break now! Enemy locked on target. Fire!
Alert,
Focus on our
body
six.
damage. Alert, body damage.
Jesus, miss!
Alert, body damage.
Focus on our
Alert,
six.
body damage. Alert, body damage.
Up ahead! Enemy in sight. Focus on our six. Take off! Enemy in sight. Focus on our six. Blew him away. Focus on our tail. On our left. Up ahead. Enemy in sight. On our left. Focus on our six. On our left.
Warning.
Focus on our six. Take off.
Warning. Warning.
Locked on us. Missile
Caution.
approaching.
Warning.
Dive. Focus on our six.
Caution.
Pull out of it.
Engine stalled.
Focus on our six. Enemy locked on target. Great shot. Focus on our six. Enemy in. Take off. Enemy target located.
Caution.
Low. Fire. Focus on our six. On our right. Enemy target located. Enemy in sight. Focus on our 6. Take off! Great shot! Focus on our tail! On our left! Focus on our 6. Take off! On our left! Altitude too low, flying!
Caution.
Enemy lock, focus on our 6. Altitude too low, flying! Enemy in sight. Focus, take off! Enemy locked on target. Great! Altitude too low, flying!
Caution.
On our left! Enemy in sight. Focus on our tail! Focus on our 6. Great shot! Take off! Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy target located. Focus on our 6. Enemy in sight. On our right. Bingo! Yahoo! Altitude too low, flying. Enemy target located. Enemy target located. Enemy target located. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Altitude too low, flying.
Caution.
Enemy in sight.
Low altitude.
Focus on our tail. Fire. Toes. Focus on our tail. Enemy target located. Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo! Mission accomplished.
Your mercenary unit has proved its reliability. We request you aid in the extraction of one of our officers from the enemy mountain fortress. We can only send one unit without alerting the opposition. Target: cripple enemy air defense and land on their runway. Only you have the requisite skills. You will be paid handsomely.
Ready? Break now!
North.
Lock on target. Lock on us. Missile approaching. Dive!
Caution. Engine stalled.
Focus on our 6. Enemy targets located. Up ahead! On our left! Up ahead! Fire! Put it down! Bring back one! Enemy targets focusing on our 6. On our left!
Caution.
Pull out of it!
Caution.
Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Oh! Jesus, miss! Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. Focusing on our 6. On our right.
Caution.
Pull out of it. Focus at 12 o'clock. On our left.
Caution.
Pull out of it. Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus! On our right! Up ahead! On our right! Focus on our tail! Focus on our 6. Enemy target located. Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Jesus! Focus on our tail! On our left. Enemy target located. Focus on our tail! Enemy in sight. Focus on our 6. On our left! Take off! Jesus! Focus on our tail!
Warning.
Focus on our 6. On our right! Focus on our 6. Up ahead! Take off! Focus on our 6. Take off!
Caution.
Pull out of it! Focus on our 6. Take off! On our right! Up ahead! Focus on our 6. On our left! Enemy targets located. Up ahead! On our right! Focus on our 6. Up ahead! On our right! On our right! Focus on our tail! Focus on our 6.
Warrior.
Enemy locked on us.
Warrior.
Missile approaching.
Target.
Dive! Dive! On our left! Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Take off! Bogey on our tail! Bogey on our 6. On our left! Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus! Miss! Oh! Pull out of it!
The captured port has become a key resupply facility for our forces. We cannot allow the enemy to cripple or recapture it. Current intelligence suggests the enemy is preparing a bombing raid utilizing stealth bombers. Even one can devastate the facility. Keep alert. Target: stealth bomber wing. Ready? Break now! Enemy locked on target. Fire! On our left! Bogey at 12 o'clock! Jesus! Miss! Bogey on our 6! Up ahead! Bogey on our tail! Take off! Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Bogey on our 6. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Take off! Fire! Shoot it down! Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Take off! Enemy in sight. Enemy Jesus! Miss! Enemy targets located. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Mission accomplished. The enemy is committing its huge mothership to this theater. They are growing desperate. Eliminate the mothership and their naval mobility is crippled. There are no reference points on the ocean. Pay attention to the operational map. Target mothership.
Ready? Break now! Enemy targets located. Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Bogey at 12 o'clock. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6. Altitude too low. Flying.
Caution. Low
Take off.
altitude. Caution. Caution. Caution.
Enemy in sight. Enemy targets located. Enemy locked on target. Shot!
Alert body damage. Alert body
Enemy
damage.
targets located.
Alert body
Enemy
damage.
targets located.
Alert body damage. Alert body damage.
Enemy locked on our right. Quick shot! Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Take off! Bogey on our 6. Jesus, miss!
Caution.
Pull out of it!
Engine stalled.
On our left! Bogey on our 6. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Jesus, miss!
Warning.
Bogey on our
Alert
6.
body damage. Alert body
Enemy target
damage.
located.
Alert body
Take
damage.
off!
Alert body damage. Alert body damage.
Enemy target located.
Caution.
Enemy target located. Enemy in sight. Fire! Enemy target located. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked. Take off!
Caution.
Bingo! Yeah! On our
Alert
left.
body damage. Alert body damage. Alert body damage.
Bogey on our 6.
Alert body damage. Alert body damage.
On our left. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. On our left. Take off. We've lost wingman. On our left. Bogey on our tail. Bogey on our tail. Enemy in sight.
Caution.
On our left. Bogey on our 6.
Caution. Alert body damage.
The enemy is committing its huge mothership to this theater. They are
Ready? Break now! Enemy targets located. Bogey at 12 o'clock. Bogey on altitude too low. Flying. Enemy locked on target. Altitude too low. Flying. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Bogey at 12 o'clock. Enemy targets located. On our left. Enemy in sight. Up ahead.
Alert, body
Bogey on
damage.
our 6.
Alert, body
Enemy in
damage.
sight.
Alert, body damage.
Take
Alert,
off.
body damage.
Enemy locked on
Alert,
target.
body damage.
Bingo! I'm hit! I'm hit! Bogey on our tail. Enemy targets located. Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Bingo! On our left!
Focus.
Enemy in sight. Up ahead!
Warning.
Bogey on our 6. Enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Altitude too low. Flying!
Warning. 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 Warning.
Enemy targets located. Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot him down! Bogey on our 6. Let's return to mission spot on our left. Take off! Bingo!
Focus.
On our right. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. Take off. On our left. Bogey on our tail. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our 6. On our right. Take off. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Take off. Enemy locked on target. Quick shot. Enemy targets located. Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our tail. On our right.
Warning.
Jesus, bogey on our 6. Enemy in. Take off. Enemy targets located. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Enemy targets located. Bogey on our 6. On our right. Take off. Bogey on our tail. On our left. Enemy in sight. Up ahead. Fire. Shoot down. Quick shot. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our tail. Take off. Enemy locked on target.
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
Enemy target located.
Alert, body
Bogey
damage.
on our 6. Enemy target located. Enemy target located. On our left. Bogey on our 6. On our left. on our tail! Take off! On our right! Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Bogey on our 6. Dingoes! Up ahead! Take off! Bogey on our tail! Enemy target located. Enemy in sight. Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. On our right! Bogey on our 6. Mission accomplished.
Despite the elimination of all fuel refineries, the enemy continues to conduct operations. You are assigned to recon for undetected fuel supplies. Even though this is just recon, engage and eliminate any opposition patrols. Good hunting.
Ready? Break now! Enemy in sight. Enemy target located. Enemy locked on target. On our left! Altitude too low. Climb! Bogey on our tail! Bogey on our 6. On our right! Up ahead! On our left! Bogey on our 6. Jesus! On our right! Up ahead! On our left! On our right! Bogey on our tail! Locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive! Dive! Bogey on our 6. right, take off. Bogey on our tail. Up ahead. On our left. Bogey on our tail. Altitude too low. Climb. Up ahead. On our left. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Enemy in bogey on our 6. Lost wingman.
Caution.
Pull out of it.
Engine stall.
On our right. Bogey on our 6. Bogey on our tail. Enemy in sight. Bogey on our 6. Up ahead. Take off. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, miss. Jesus, miss. On our right. Bogey on our 6. Take off.